adventure is going, it's snowing! Into the cold, or to live dreams. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are doing awesome today. As you can see, it is still snowing here pretty heavily. I totally have to eat my words because I said yesterday, oh, it's not gonna stick. Right now I just measured it. It's at 4 inches and it's still snowing pretty heavily. You can probably see in the camera. But I'm in the backyard right now because I'm trying my best to stay disciplined about picking up Cassie, our dog's, let's just say excrement. I really don't want to have to deal with it in the spring when it's all nasty and muddy. Whoa, I just bumped a tree and it almost all fell on me. That might have been funny. But I really don't want to have to deal with her stuff come spring when it's all nasty and muddy and just really gross. Probably can hear Jocelyn knocking on the window up there. The nice part about the wintertime, if you can get it quick enough right after they go, is it's a lot easier to see out here on the snow. And, you know, it might be a little bit harder. So I'm going to try my best to do that. It's probably easier said than done, but hopefully I can stay pretty disciplined because as you can see, the backyard's really covered with snow and it stands out really well. I won't show that on camera, but I'm really trying to do that, but it is just beautiful out here. I love this weather. I love the snow. Hey, Cassie. And I just love Alaska. That's one of my favorite things about Alaska is all the snow. And hopefully I'll be saying the same thing in a few months. I have a feeling I will. I've dealt with a lot of snow. Even though we live in the South, I just love traveling to cold places, and I love it so much more than the hot, humid environment. So it's just beautiful out here. But hopefully I can stay disciplined about stuff like this because it's just so much worse in the spring.
You're a mess. You want to make a snowman?
Can you help me?
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm going to get first. I have a mustache.
A snow mustache.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing awesome today. As you can tell, it is a bit nippy out here, but my goodness, it is gorgeous. I am actually at Reflections Lake. When I got out of the truck, I think it was 20 degrees Fahrenheit, that is, but you can see around me, it is just covered in beautiful white snow, and it's obviously super bright too. The reflection off the snow just makes it really bright out here. So I've got my sunglasses, my eyes get too irritated, but I thought I would come back out here again. We came here during the summertime, or I guess late spring is probably when we came, and wanted to see what it looked like today with all the snow. And it's really cool. You can see all the different kind of animal prints. You know, I've seen some moose, and there's some more moose. But just cool to watch that. All the snow happened, you know, day before yesterday, so I've seen them all over the place. So they're definitely out and about. So got to keep my head on the swivel because moose don't hibernate. They're still out here. And honestly, I don't think the bears have hibernated yet. They're probably still stocking up right now before their hibernation. But gosh, this is just amazingly beautiful, quiet out here. So not all the water is frozen. There's some frozen parts kind of near the edge. Ooh, hello, bright sun. But it's starting to freeze up. Looking at the forecast, it's gonna stay below freezing, so I wonder how long it'll take. I mean, I know it'll take a while for the lakes and rivers around here to freeze up, but this is just so beautiful out here. I love this weather. You can see how much snow we've gotten in the last day and a half or so. I'd say that's probably When I measured it in my house, it was about 7.5 inches. That looks pretty close to it, maybe 8 inches. But we got a lot of snow. Definitely was unexpected how much we got, but I love it. So the little river running through here, kind of over this really pretty bridge, is definitely frozen. It's probably not super thick, but if you can see, I push snow out on it. I need to try to find a rock. See if I can throw a rock on it and see if it'll skip. I bet it will break through, but that's still really cool. Alright, so I found a rock. Let's see. Alright, they're really small pebbles, so it's probably not going to break through, but... Cool. So I totally spaced. I lost track of time. I looked down at my watch, you know, just after admiring all this beautiful snow out here, and was shocked to see what time it was. I've got to get back to help Jocelyn out at her school for the Halloween party, and I didn't realize how hard it is to run in the snow, especially when it's thick. Well, I was a little cold, but I'm definitely not now after running. And somebody told me, I think it was actually Corey that told me this. You guys know Corey from Live Each Day, that, you know, obviously most people think about when they're out here in the snow, about bundling up and being warm and not getting too cold, you know, if you're out here for an extended amount of time. But what a lot of people don't think about is you also don't want to be so warm that you're sweating or do anything that you're sweating if you're going to be outside a lot, because your sweat can freeze, especially if the temperature is very low. And so you don't want to overexert yourself for too long. You know, like a lot of people that hike, climb mountains, that's definitely something they have to, you know, worry about. Can't be too cold or too hot. But it is really hard running in boots. I got my extra tough rubber boots on. They're not very well insulated. My feet were getting a little cold because they're just rubber. I didn't buy the insulated ones, but they're not easy to run in the snow. So thankfully I'm really close to the truck and I don't have to worry about the whole sweating being out here for too long. Reflections Lake, I think it's only a mile all the way around, and I just did the first half. I didn't even get to the walkout point, but definitely something to consider. Make sure you're bundled up, but also don't really want to be sweating outside in the cold.
Teaching her young. Good job, Jocelyn. Push, push, push. Oh!
Now I want to make a snowman.
That you're done working? Ready to play?
Yeah.